We're at Cowboys Stadium.
Yeah.
AT&T Cowboys Stadium. Thank you, Braxton, by the way, for buying that stock.
Yeah,
They got that name.
Is that what got us in here?
Yeah, I'm an AT&T shareholder.
How many shares do you have?
I don't really want to discuss that, but
Oh.
just know that I'm getting over $1 a day from AT&T in dividends.
That's that. You know
It's not great, but it's like not bad either.
For a 19-year-old.
$365 a year.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for Braxton's buying that stock, I don't think we'd have that name. Welcome. What's everybody doing? We're not supposed to talk about a lot, so I don't.
What about these cows that are genetically modified?
You just went right into what we're not supposed to talk about.
Yeah, then people get mad about that.
But that's why you should poke the bear.
I don't.
Engagement's engagement.
That is Corey's motto.
Well, that's everybody's motto.
It's not my motto. What's a Santa Gaputus cow?
I don't know. I was corrected. I don't know what that is.
Well, let me tell you what I learned about the Santa Gaputus cow.
From the internet?
Yeah, a guy. Now, I have not verified this. There's a bull named Monkey out there on the King Ranch about 1910,
That's amazing.
1920-ish. That's when that breed was created. But it wasn't created through genetic modification, just selective breeding, which could be debated is genetic modification.
Yeah, I know nothing about this subject matter. Clearly.
Yeah.
I think it's all semantics. I would say a GMO, if you enter humans into, there's a human element, it's modified.
Wow.
Right?
All right, now, Braxton, your opinion.
I don't know. I mean, off of Ryan's logic right there, like, we're GMOs because human interaction. Like,
well, we're definitely
what
technically,
is,
you know what? You're not. Well, because think about it.
I'm not saying that
you
like
got fluoride in the water. You've got
that's
vaccines.
True.
You've got this. You've got that.
We're getting
so
there.
Maybe we are GMO'd.
Now, Spoon.
See,
In a larger context,
What?
if we can get a 3-minute video of you explaining it in a larger context about the Santa Gaputus cow.
what? All I know is I woke up this week out of a post-surgery stupor to a text from Corey that said, "You got to get on the internet and fight." And I tried, but it didn't work out because I was too wrecked. The best part about that are all the drafts in my phone. The drafts are ridiculous. Like I'm talking to the tomatoes in the backyard, just wrecked on medicine from this surgery that I had. It was largely incoherent.
That's great.
I mean, there's some other drafts that I had to delete. I'm like, I can't make that video.
Well, what's funny is like when y'all were both like, because you texted me, you called me, and were like, "Hey, this one post is blowing up." I'm like, "That's great." And Corey's like, "Jason's getting his ass kicked on the internet."
Yeah,
I was one of those.
Oh,
I'm over here bolted together in my surgical bliss of medicinal things.
yes.
And
That's a great segue. Keep going.
I'm just trying to sort these out.
Yeah. So,
I did not fare well.
He never defined it.
right into the next thing we're not supposed to talk
What,
about.
my surgery?
Oh. We can talk about the surgery. But, Spoonie,
The origins.
yeah, you now have a cadaver part in
I do.
your body.
I got dead people
Yeah.
parts.
What if it's from a demographic that you don't like? Would you?
I can't think of a demographic I don't like. Why don't you
Boom.
name one that you like?
Boom.
Hold on. What about
Me
pedos?
It's a dead person. I'm thankful for the part.
But that's not demographic.
Yeah, it's definitely not a
No, but
demographic.
really, if you got pedo DNA in your arm, do you have to register that arm as a sex offender?
I don't know, but I'm happy that my arm works.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Nah, he's looking for a hot take.
I know he's looking for a hot take.
But I want Corey to name one of the demographics he regularly talks about that he doesn't
pedophiles.
like.
Pedophiles.
That's not a demographic.
It's yeah.
Pedophile in a demographic.
There has to be a demographic you don't like. You please talk about it.
Pedophile has to be demographic.
It's not a demographic.
Pedophile.
That's a
That's my
criminal.
answer. What's the demographic I don't like? Pedophile.
Are we trying to see how many times we can say pedophile in the like the last 60
I think so.
seconds?
It's-
I don't
it's-
think you can
it's
put the word
Corey's-
pedophile
Like,
on TikTok.
Whoever
so.
the edit is, whoever's doing the edit on this, we need to get a ding, a ding, a ding, a ding.
Yeah. about
Yeah,
the.
but really, but look, would you cut your arm off? Your left arm?
No, I'm super happy
Pedo
that
DNA.
somebody fixed my arm. Like,
Corey, would you cut
they
his
gave
arm
me a
off?
deal where I can write, hey,
I
thank
found-
you to the family.
If they fix this arm right here, I'm right-handed. I jack off with this hand,
Yeah.
and I find out it's got a kid diddler DNA in it.
I can't wait
I'm
for
cutting
that
that
to
off.
be a,
What if it comes onto a life of its
You
own?
wouldn't just use the other hand?
I mean, why have you thought about that? Like, why have you spent time thinking about that?
No kidding.
I
right?
That's a
don't
weird-
want pedophile
Well,
DNA.
Sohail,
my
please
body.
clip that in after he explains this, because that's
Yeah.
the weirdest thing anybody could possibly spend time thinking about. Like, what led you to that thought process?
I have so many
Like-
questions about the extra DNA in your body.
But
I
that's
have
his point. That's his point. Is why are you spending brain power on it? Braxton's over
You
here
what?
going, I need another deal. I need to make more money. I need to
Yeah,
buy like 10 more units today.
And I'm like, I wonder if we can use Skip Genie to find out whose DNA
Whose
is
DNA is in my arm?
Spoon's arm and give him a call and say thank you.
I'm just thankful they put it in there because,
But-
like, I wouldn't have been able to use my arm after that.
right
It
now.
was broke.
Spoon.
And
I
there's a
just
video
realized
of
we probably should have zoomed in on the middle camera to get rid of the Y-axis on the sides.
it. Oh, it's fine. We can do that in post.
Bleep out pedophile. And why Texas?
P word. That
The P word.
there's so much
That
context
seems-
there too.
That seems even worse.
Well, I think we should stop picking on Jason. Let's pick on
that's
Corey
what he does.
Thompson, and let's talk about the baseball game last week about how he
I
broke little
agree.
kids' hearts
I mean,
and had over 50,000 people booing at you. How'd that feel?
I'm
Corey,
so sad
Corey, you
about
should
it.
take it first. Like, you should use this time to
Yeah,
give
here's
your
here's-
version.
yeah, here's your chance.
Your version.
Here's your chance.
Not the
to
reality, but your
explain
version.
The situation.
Here's the only thing I regret about that situation. That when the motherfucker started booing, I didn't lean into it, do a little hump dance, flip some people off, and make a shenanigans out of it. I missed an opportunity.
Instead, where's the camera? No, you don't understand. It wasn't me. I was doing.
mean,
That's what it looked like.
I was a bitch in that moment. There was a half black kid involved, and I was
Oh my
nervous.
God.
What?
I don't think that had anything
That
to do with
had
it,
nothing
to
to
be
do with it.
honest.
That had zero.
I think it had
thing.
everything to
it-
do that an entire stadium saw you rip
Look,
a baseball away
from a
from a
child.
girl
Who
that
could
just
even
caught
know?
it.
Who could even? That's the craziest thing. Like,
The
And then
little
hold it
girl
up in
that
the
was
air.
thinking about-
Hold it up in the air and then run away.
I got the ball, mother.
they were just like, you stole the ball from a child.
The little girl that I took it from was brown. I'm a mostly straight white male. I knew it was not in my favor.
Oh my lord.
So that's why you did it?
No, I just
just-
knew that if I didn't apologize, I'd
I
get.
just want to point out
this-
that we're
it's
giving
gonna get
him
worse.
an opportunity to explain himself, and he just dug more deeper.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
How did I dig deeper?
Well, it's a lot worse now.
That he talks about.
You
it
brought
mostly
in
straight.
a
That's-
like entirely irrelevant fact into it.
So this is the Different Generations podcast. I think
Where-
Jason and I are in the sim generation. Corey's close to that one.
Yeah, he's
and
behind
Braxton's
us.
way far away.
And this,
He's
and in
And
this,
all four of us have different mindsets about everything.
is that
for
true?
reals.
Well, for the most part,
I think,
except for working hard. I
I
think we all work
I think
hard.
Braxton's the most conservative.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure, the
Yeah,
youngest.
for sure.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Braxton's the most conservative. I got progressive views. Progressive. Spoon's a little lib.
Can we
Super
define
liberal.
progressive real
Super
quick?
liberal.
Progressive?
Yeah.
Well, like if you want to murder your baby, I'm okay with that.
Holy shit!
What? I'm okay with it.
Why are you trying to make this just hot take?
Look,
Hot take.
there's no hot take. Like if that's what you want to do, it doesn't affect my life. I don't care. But I'll admit that it's murder.
Braxton, are you questioning why you want to be on this interview yet?
Are y'all questioning working in the same organization?
Yeah.
That was good.
Look, if y'all can't say how you feel about abortion, that's on you. That ain't
no,
got nothing to do with me.
I'll jump
I
in
just
this.
don't know why it's germane to this conversation that we're
It's
having.
germane.
Nobody asked your stance on that.
Relevant. Oh, I didn't know. It was a $20 word that had me confused.
It's more like a $25 word.
Oh, buck and a half.
Yeah.
Okay,
Buck and a half.
I'm gonna pull the big ones out.
Oh,
I got lexicon on one of those clips.
you got to talk into the microphone.
You got to say, for your edification.
for
Look,
your
I
edification.
understand that nobody wants to talk about that. I don't want to
No,
talk about it.
I'll give my
Nobody-
opinion. I'm a fan of what Bill Burr said on his latest comedy special, where he was like, "Look, I believe that's fully heartedly believe it's a woman's right to choose,
Yeah.
but I also believe it's a baby, and you're killing it.
That's
I'm okay
right.
with I'm okay with that.
it. Me and Bill Burr are lined up.
Oh,
Braxton is he wants to give that life a chance.
I'm just thinking
And
if
that's
this
okay with
gets clipped, we're gonna get skewered.
We're not.
This is gonna be one of those moments.
Look, this is all great.
I'm
YouTube
definitely
content,
not.
but
Yeah.
it
I'm
can't
not
be-
even
it can't be on
participating in
TikTok.
this.
We'll just say Ben Shapiro. If we talk about Ben Shapiro, we'll get a ton of comments.
All right, no, hold on.
Oh,
Spoon. Here's
if you
this is
talk-
a
Why
good
Ben
one. This is a good
Shapiro?
one.
Because
This is a
Ben
good one.
Shapiro, his fans defend him.
Yeah,
All
but
right, so-
I watch him. I don't really
Tell
want
me
I
what
said
you think
that.
about- Tell me
I've-
what you think
if
about
you-
Ben Shapiro.
Well, time out,
What?
real quick. Like you could
Yes,
you
ma'am.
could
I
agree
watch Ben
90%
Shapiro.
of what he has to say, and you criticize 10%, they will screw you alive.
But why are we criticizing him?
Spoon, tell me what you think about Ben Shapiro.
I watch him sometimes. I don't have any real complaints about it.
Oh,
I don't like him at all. I guess that's what.
I think he's got a little lady man voice.
Holy.
It's an
smoke.
annoying voice. It's an annoying voice. And so since he has the little lady man voice and he talks down the whole time, he sounds like a whiny little bitch. And I can't hear him. I can't hear him out.
So one of my opinion of it is he's too defensive sometimes. When people come out to him, they're like, "Brr, brr, brr," and I get it. They're being all brr, 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 but it's like they come to him with like a little tiny knife, and he comes back at them with like a bazooka because he's so intelligent.
I've never seen a full episode. I got to be honest.
No one has.
I've watched a few minutes, like
What's the clip?
especially when
Yeah.
somebody buries the lead. Then I just got to be
Yeah.
out. It's awful.
I don't know. I've never seen anything other than a clip here, a clip there of him
Yeah,
on the
like
news. And he's
3-minute
always
clips.
being a whiny little girl about something that he's right about. The very first one being
You just like
That's actually a good clip. That's a
Objectively,
great
you
clip.
can not like how he sounds, but agree with everything he says.
Well,
yeah.
that's
I mean,
100%,
but
I was turned on to him by that Sohill guy that we work with.
Sohill?
Yeah, he.
So chill. So chill.
I didn't even know who he was. He was
got
like,
3 names. He's got.
have you
when he's
heard Ben
chill,
Shapiro? He's where it's at.
You got So Hill, So Chill, and So Kill. When he's
Whoa.
angry, So Kill.
that's a good look.
Before
Well,
that,
camera pointing
before
at him.
that, I was just watching Young Turks, and he's like, "No, come over to this side." I was like, "All right, okay."
But all right, so
Chair hurts my
Braxton,
butt.
do you have you watched any of his?
Not a whole bunch. A little bit. I mean, kind of same thing. It's like bits and pieces. You see his hot takes, whatever. But I've never really watched the show or anything.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's kind of like Tucker Carlson. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
It's like it's if you like sarcasm, you're gonna like Tucker Carlson. Just if you just like sarcasm. Same thing with Trevor Noah. If you like sarcasm, you're gonna like Trevor Noah. Same thing with John Daly. I love John Daly. My favorite
Wait,
clip on the internet is John Daly.
John Daly.
No, not John Daly. John
Talking
Stewart.
about John
from
Stewart.
The
I
Daily
love
Show.
John Daly. I want to put that out there. He's like
I
my
don't
life
know.
role
I think
model.
the older I get, the more and more I don't like anybody.
You don't like John Daly?
Oh, you know who that is?
Have
The
you
golfer.
Have you
John
seen
don't know who that is.
John
John
Daly's a-
Stewart and this is what I'm sad we're not in the studio, but John Stewart and Tucker Carlson when Tucker Carlson worked for CNN.
No, Sohill,
Oh,
pull that
yeah.
up.
I've seen the Tucker Carlson clips when he worked for
Dude,
CNN.
it
Was
is
a little bow
great.
tie?
John Stewart roast him because back then he wore a bow tie.
Yeah.
Roast him. It's great, and it's great. I mean, it's great TV. And that was back when John Stewart was like, "Hey, there's no weapons of mass destruction. We didn't find any weapons of mass destruction."
Yeah, I think Jon Stewart opened Pandora's box of what, like, the media, the news could be, and then the media and news were like, "Oh, well, they have a whole network of fake news, so why don't we just be fake as well?"
I think that
and
did
just
happen.
not be comedy about it.
I just feel like I have to give shout outs. I didn't even know what Newsmax was until Sohill told me about it.
What is Newsmax?
Yeah, what is Newsmax?
Is that new? Is that a valid news thing?
It's like the ultra conservative news channel on YouTube.
Braxton, do you know what it
Oh.
is?
I don't. Never heard of it.
So maybe you're not the most conservative.
You're not that conservative, Jason. Maybe Sohill's more conservative because he knows about
Never
it.
seen one episode.
Sohill's getting a lot of shout outs in this one.
He was like,
What is
Keep a straight
Newsmax?
face.
Can we go watch some of it?
Yeah.
yeah, it's a whole network of like,
Dims are bad.
it's
The
I
lim-
just
the
read
libs
it.
are
I see
burning
the-
us down.
I see the what do you call them? The little headlines, and that's where I'm like, I got to do something else today.
So when are you going to tell me this deal you got for me? What's going on with that?
Braxton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get that assignment?
No.
Oh, well,
Well, Kitty, what the fuck?
she even responded to it. She liked the message in Teams. So
Oh, well.
I thought you had an assignment already.
No,
but-
no.
It's ready to close. Waiting on an assignment.
I'm just waiting on details so I can get funded.
Details
I'm a
are-
real estate guy now. Again.
That's right.
That's awesome.
It's been a minute.
It's
The
amazing.
details are it's a $15,000 house.
They don't need to know that. They don't need to know it's like the shittiest, smallest
It's not,
deal of
though.
all time.
It's
not,
not,
though.
It's not.
It's not.
Price
it's
is
a
irrelevant.
$15,000 house. Where can you buy a house for $15,000?
No, Spoon, you're going to be super sad we sold this one.
Probably.
When that footage hits on the Roughneck Real Estate YouTube, TikTok, and
Instagram.
no, Newsmax, we got to
Newsmax.
When are we going to start on BitChute and Rumble?
Odasis,
Parler.
what is it?
No, Parler's dead, I think. We got to be on BitChute
But
now.
for real though,
Social?
it's a $15,000 deal. Close. Owner finance for. Hopefully sell it for.
Whatever you want to.
I want to sell it
35.
for $1 million.
I think it'll do up 35 cash.
All right, 35 cash, and then you seize it for a month or 2, 3 months.
No, I think it'll
No.
sell 35
No,
cash.
no,
It's
no.
cash, you're out.
You sell it
You're
there.
out.
Oh, you think it'll sell? So
I think it'll
hotel.
sell. I think it'll sell 35 cash,
Owner-
but you list it 35, and then if somebody wants owner finance, you bump it to 40 or 45.
Okay.
But don't worry about the seasoning because you can sell it probably day one,
Okay.
depending on what your goal for making
Cool.
money
So
is.
when's the next one?
Those are hard to come by. This one has
Give
a
me all
brand
of those.
new roof. Brand new roof. They painted the outside.
I'm already said
Well,
we're selling this.
I've
The
seen a picture
inside
of
is
it.
livable.
It also has like a custom vent in the corner. That's just
That's
open
right.
to the it's
Yeah.
open to the outside.
Yeah, and so
I
it
like
doesn't get
that.
stuffy in the house.
Yeah,
It's
so the
older
wind could
house.
just blow straight through the
Be a
wall.
little stuffy.
Did I just say straight?
Yeah.
Straight.
A dude walking down the street told us his uncle that works at the prison, or hold on, he could have said is in prison, but I think he said works at the prison. I think he said works at the prison. About to retire. So, anyways,
He's going to be looking for a place.
yeah, lives right next door. It's a really nice neighborhood.
I mean, it's a weird segue, but Sohill was telling me how great our prison system is earlier, too.
Really,
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, it really needs to be redone. This is ridiculous. And he's like, nah.
we know the lib and Spoon hates the prison system.
Well, I think everybody should hate the prison system.
Like, it's a business.
It's a business.
Well, it's funny because like during the whole Ukraine thing, or it's still going on, but when it first happened, one of my other clients, who y'all know, but I won't shout him out or anything. I don't want to criticize him, but he was like, "Well, Ukraine, they're #1 sex traffickers in the world." And I'm like, "Well,
that's a weird.
what? Let me get there." Like, but my thing was like, "Yeah, but United States is the #1 imprisoned country in the world. So
Oh, I
are we
thought
going to
you
hold it? Are we going to hold the whole country accountable for one aspect of it? You know?"
I thought you were about to say the #1 importer of what?
It's funny.
I mean, it's not funny, but it's
No,
it's
I mean
like,
you're funny, not the
like-
situation.
like I mean, if it
We
would like where you were going with that. They're like, oh, they do it, and you're like, yeah, but the United States is the. If there's no demand,
We should do
there's no
five-
need for supply.
We should do
You-
5 minutes of just like every time we say something that's even remotely offensive, we just try to like sidestep it and defend ourselves.
That's
I feel
not a
I
winning
just want the
strategy.
cut of that, of Ryan saying that, but, and it to stop right there. That's the cut.
But it's the cut is the chuckle because you're like, whoa, hold on, Corey's going there again. Whoa, Corey's taking us off into some deep waters.
Well, cool.
We'll get a better edit on this one since Ryan's in here.
Yeah, for reals.
Yeah, all the edits are gonna be like me,
Beep 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 beep.
and then Braxton because the camera's.
I feel bad now that I've
right.
thrown Sohill under the bus for so many things.
Sohill, I feel like you need
Disclaimer.
to come up here.
Sohill
And,
did not
so-
tell me
so-
that bad.
I've been throwing
And
him under the
defend
bus
yourself.
over the last 2 weeks with all the people with interviews and whatnot. Because like you want to find people that want to be there, and I keep on saying, look, we're pretty loose with HR, but at the same time, if someone like Sohill can be here and enjoy it and find a home, I think anybody can.
What's
I feel
that
like
mean?
He's
Sohill's part of the
super
team.
He's a
left.
chef. Oh, we got to bring him his crappie.
Crappie.
Oh,
right.
you like crappie?
What's a crappie?
Yeah, we got to bring
I
him
got some
crappie.
stropper too.
Yeah.
What's a crappie?
Fish.
Oh, it's a
Fish.
fish. Oh,
Is it because Sohill's a chef?
It's like big.
I know he could.
You're a
Did you know he
chef.
crochets as well?
I crochet.
This whole podcast is going to be about Sohill. Sohill Sikdar.
Me and
At
Sohill did a
Sikdar
He
podcast.
deserves
at
it.
Instagram.
He's a really hard worker.
Me and Sohill did a podcast.
I know, but he's been holding it back.
Sohill's holding it hostage?
Yeah, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want to be on the camera.
Oh, man.
Oh
He's
man,
like,
I
we
told
went into some
Ryan I
graphic-
wanted one of my first podcasts to be with Sohill.
Oh,
What?
it's, in,
but you
it's in production.
were like, I don't necessarily want to do that.
Yeah, no, no, we were in
Not that one.
yeah.
Oh, that one's okay. Oh, well, let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go. Come on, Marge.
Dude, I felt like we had a really good conversation. I felt like from a country, redneck, progressive views on certain things, and then whatever. So, what's your background? You're from the city?
He's not even mic'd up.
Yeah, I know. I
It's
feel
going
like
to be
we
the
don't
most
have the
riveting
voice of God.
content ever.
We don't have the voice of God.
Plainview,
Oh,
Texas.
he is from Plainview. We talked about that on there. So
that's-
we're both with two big backgrounds. But
I would not have guessed that.
but I showed him a famous person that's from his town, and I only knew that because it was on the news when he was coming home. I was in Amarillo, and they're like, so and so comes back to Plainview on Saturday, and I was like, why is that a big deal? And I Googled it, and he's like super famous.
Well, we should talk about the athleticism of Corey Thompson because he's so athletic.
You should talk about how I kicked way better than he did down
You're
there.
not talking
broken?
into the
That is
mic.
true.
You could tell us
Even
if you're
broken?
talking to Mike.
I kicked way better than Corey
What?
Thompson did down
What was
here,
that? What
and
was
I
it?
got a arm strap in my chest.
I can confirm that.
Did you kick a field goal?
No, it went straight at it. I didn't make it all the way.
He
but
actually hit it above the top of the field goal post. So,
Really?
yeah.
yeah. And
Margo
then,
did a good
my
kick.
punts were pretty good too, but with one arm, it's really hard to get that done.
Whose punts were better, Braxton?
I think Jason's a better kicker.
Really? We
What's-
got to
I
go
do.
back downstairs?
Probably so.
Probably.
What's the hardest thing to do one-armed? One-armed.
Oh my lord!
With one arm.
Yeah, everything.
He has the hardest,
You
not
never,
everything.
you never even think about the little stuff. My father-in-law only has one arm, and I've never put any thought into this until I couldn't use mine. And like it makes you have a lot of empathy. Like I couldn't even order at Sonic the other day. I pulled in, saved me from eating fast food. I was like, I can't touch the button because it's on that side. So I just sat there for a minute and left.
That's the
What,
saddest
what
thing I've ever
hour?
heard
What
in my
hour of the
life.
day is this?
I don't know.
I'm praying it's morning time because if it's evening time, whenever the
I haven't eaten today.
after work
I
crew
had some
comes in and
bacon
starts
today.
working, the after school crew,
Yeah.
like you just pull in. There's a bunch of teenage girls skating around, and then you just bail out.
No, it wasn't lunchtime.
Okay, good. Thank
I was on
God.
the way
don't
to
know.
Walnut
I don't
Springs
know.
the other day.
Thank God.
Weird.
You know what's funny about that
weird
is like in
description.
Dallas, I honestly haven't seen a teenage girl at a Sonic in years.
And,
It's all adults
And
now.
Ryan checks her regularly.
I walked into that one,
Yep.
didn't I? I was trying to like.
I would.
I
I
have
was
gone
trying to
to
find a
so
way to
many
get Corey in
Sonics.
there. I was trying to throw Corey under the
certain
bus,
words.
and it was like Teflon Corey. It went straight back at me.
Hey, Spoon, do you know who Natalee Holloway is?
No.
You don't know who Natalee Holloway is? Nobody here knows who Natalee Holloway
Is
is.
that the girl that disappeared in like Bermuda?
Aruba.
Aruba. Yeah.
Why
yeah.
do you
Yeah,
know?
She did.
Oh, I know because
What's
one,
that kid's
it's one
name?
of my-
The Yonder Van Slan or whatever, the kid that in jail now that they thought did it.
Yeah.
Vanderbreken or something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
so-
No.
a lot of-
Jordan
there was a-
Vandersloot.
There you go. A lot of consonants
Now,
and vowels.
it's my favorite stand-up routine. Patrice O'Neill talks about Natalee Holloway.
Okay.
So that's
Talked. Past tense.
No, he talks about her.
No, he's dead.
He's passed
Yeah,
away.
yeah, he's dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was like, no, he was. Anyways,
Hey, we want to get the facts straight, like if somebody's dead or not.
so he discusses Natalee Holloway, but one of our tenants that we're evicting, who's batshit crazy, absolutely batshit crazy, was a part of the murder investigation of Natalee Holloway.
Maybe that's why she's batshit crazy.
I'm not sure I believe that.
You don't believe it?
No, I'm just saying I'm not sure if I believe it.
I have in my phone compiled all the news articles, and here's why. All of them, because he threatened.
He extensively researched this for years. He has every article.
All of them.
Spoon, the guy told us in an email, and maybe he'll take this a little more serious after this,
Okay.
that God killed his last landlord for trying to slander him.
Then why are you even tempting all that? If God's involved, I might want to take a step back.
No, it's because the guy was producing porn in Aruba. He was producing porn in Aruba.
What?
Natalee, he was known to be around Natalee Holloway and Jordan Vandersloot. They did an entire documentary on Natalee Holloway's disappearance from two different countries and interviewed him in both of them. The FBI, everything. It's a very, very strange set of coincidences, but batshit fucking crazy.
And the relevancy to this conversation is because he's one of your tenants.
I feel
He's
like
rich.
I'm going batshit crazy.
Rich.
Do you know who Reality Kings is?
No?
Yes.
He does.
Who's that?
It's a reputable YouTube channel.
No, it's one of the original porn producers. He was one of the
I don't know
original
if they're original. I mean, maybe for web.
for web. Yes.
Yeah.
He
I don't know
was.
if to tell you, but porn's been around since like a long time.
I agree. He is one of the founding members of that. He got paid from it. He made a lot of money from it. He's got $1 million RV
Solid.
and is fighting us in court and probably going to try to go all the way to Texas Supreme Court to get evicted out of an RV park. And copy CC's emails, the judge, the
Maybe
entire
you
law
talk
firm
about
and
it on
everything.
a podcast if it's a
This is-
I
law
don't.
thing.
This is an ongoing
y'all are
lawsuit?
sitting here right now. Spoon's trying to make light of it.
No, I'm just
telling
trying to
you,
understand what we're talking about. 'Cause
Well,
this-
when I walked into the office the other day,
Good luck.
When I walked into the office the other day, they start telling me about this dude and that he's appealing it. He's appealing, which do y'all know what it takes to appeal an eviction?
Mhm.
What does it take?
Follow the little packet they give you.
That's not correct at all. But it takes. You have to put up the bond that the court sets.
Can we ask about that cattle again?
No, I don't care.
Just kidding.
I just don't.
You have to put up the bond that the court sets. So the bond is typically all your back rent and all your court costs. So whatever the judgment's for, you have to put up that bond. It's in cash. Okay? Now you can file a pauper's bond, which is I'm poor, I don't want to put a bond up, or you have to pay it in cash. He paid it in cash and is taking it to the county court. He's the only tenant we've ever had request a jury trial. He went into a jury trial for an eviction, lost, put up like a $7,000 bond, and is now taking us to the county court, which will then he'll appeal it to the district court. I don't know that he makes it into the appellate court, and he's repeatedly telling us that his last landlord, God wiped off the face of the earth.
I think that's a threat.
I mean,
Could be.
it sounds like it seems like a weird thing to bring up if he's really threatening.
Yeah. One thing I do think is funny, just
I don't know.
to pivot for a second, is we just had like a bunch of teenagers walk by and they're all looking at us like they're like, who are these important people on stage
There's no
at Texas Stadium?
They could not be
and
more wrong.
luckily they couldn't hear anything.
I'm fucking salty right now.
Why are you salty?
Yeah, I'm salty because this whole fucking deal, Spoon. If your family, how did he word it, Braxton? Do you remember?
God took the last landlord that was 38
Yeah,
with
that's a
2
threat.
kids.
38 with 2 kids.
It's a threat.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You don't get what I'm saying. If it was your family,
It-
I would have way more sympathy. You're sitting over there like, why would you know all this? Well, I Googled it. I Googled this cat. Whenever he threatened us, I
Stop
Googled
it.
him.
I said, why would you know all
And-
this when you
and-
were talking
and once I
about
Googled
random
him-
things with Natalee Holloway when we just transferred over from whatever other
Well,
craziness
I
we
Googled
were
him, and he
talking
was a
about.
part of
You
that
should
investigation.
describe Natalie how you did yesterday.
Yes, that was the whole point. That was the whole point. So y'all don't know who Natalee Holloway is, so it's irrelevant.
But my point is, if this
It was-
guy's actively threatening you, why are we bringing it up on live TV?
What do I Spoon? If homie comes, if homie shows up, homie can get what's coming to him. I'm not worried about it.
Don't say that on the internet.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say on the
He
internet.
doesn't know who I am. I'm not his landlord.
You're Corey mother effing. What? If you're not even his landlord, why are we bringing it up?
Because it's part of our property management.
Oh, okay.
We took over property management for a property. I'm 100% sure this is why. This guy's why.
Oh, I thought you were saying it's one of your properties.
That's what I was
why
thinking
are you
too. Yeah.
talking about it?
Then why do you need so much sympathy if it's not even you're not even being threatened?
Yeah.
Well,
By the way, I love you.
I honestly want him to know who I am. I would much rather, if a motherfucker's going to show up to somebody's doorstep, I'd much rather it be mine. Some people aren't equipped for it.
Well, time out. Don't you live in the middle of nowhere where you haven't locked your front door in probably like 10 years?
And
Well,
some people
that's
aren't
also
equipped
a weird thing to
for
tell
what
people.
will show up at your door.
What? It's true.
He lives in the middle of nowhere. Why would you?
When's the last time you locked your front door?
Every day.
Do you really?
Yeah.
But you live in the middle of nowhere too.
Why do you
Yeah.
lock your door?
Because we lock our doors.
Oh, I don't lock my doors.
That's a weird thing to not
Take
do.
that right.
But, I mean, look, believe me, there's plenty enough in there if you want it. There's nothing of value, but if you come in, just come in. Just show up.
Well, I think
You can
that's
poop
a
in
hot
the,
take considering
you
we live
can,
in Texas.
Take
Everybody
a
has
deuce
it.
in the old Roach bathroom.
Do what?
You can poop in the Roach bathroom. Come on in.
Spoon, you. I'm not even going to say what you pooped in the Roach bathroom.
I did.
Where did you put your toilet paper after you wiped?
In
Use
the
the
toilet.
roaches.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I
I
want
don't
to
know
hear
what
from
you're talking
Braxton. You haven't talked.
His toilet
to
was stocked up.
I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah,
yeah.
but we can talk real estate. I want to cut
That's
this
what I
deal
want
off.
to talk.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go back to real estate. I'm sad.
Yep.
I'm sad about the fact that Spoon would call me a liar up here, like I would bring up Natalee Holloway.
I didn't
How
call you
was
a
that
liar.
real estate? You said let's get back to real estate, and you go
That's not
straight
even-
back to the
that's not
conversation.
even
Has
accurate.
Because
nothing
I'm
to do
still
with what we're
salty
talking
about
We
that.
can roll the tape back. I just said I
So
don't know if I
the
believe
gas-
that.
gas-
sad.
the Soho
That's
quote
different
was
than
the
you're a
gaslighting
liar.
of Jason Witherspoon.
Sad. Go ahead. Y'all
Oh, this
talk
is
real
just-
estate.
How about this, Corey? If you had 6 months to prepare, do you think you could walk on an NFL team?
No, not at all.
12 months.
No, not at all.
You think any amount of time?
Nope. There's no amount of time that's going to make me
Better
6 foot
genetics.
tall.
No, 6.
I mean, 6 foot tall would probably be the minimum.
That's what they say. Minimum.
Minimum. I mean,
You
there's
could
no
be like
amount of
6'6" or something.
yeah. There's no amount of time that's going to make me grow into anything.
It would be
That's
fun. I do think it'd be funny. We talked about this on the way back up to see a bunch of middle-aged dudes just show up and watch them try to go through like the combine or something.
Yeah, it's called Invincible on Disney Plus with Mark Wahlberg. Did you see that movie?
Except he was good.
Did you see that movie?
No, but I know it's about a guy.
It's a guy that walks on the Philadelphia Eagles. But if you look at Wikipedia, he's get kicked off like in 2 years.
Yeah. But he did. I mean, that touchdown or whatever, or that
Yeah.
kick that he recovered, that footage from the movie. You can go look at the footage and roll off.
Well, it's in the movie too.
Yeah, it's in the movie. But I mean, whatever that part was
Right.
actually happened.
Right.
But I mean, back then it was a completely different league.
So let's talk about real estate. So how do you feel about the liberals?
In real estate?
I'm just saying how and let's talk about real estate and then talk about something completely irrelevant.
Yeah, we're gonna
You mean
give
Jason?
a book review on Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand.
Dude, that's a good book though. Hey, speaking of books, you got me turned on to Ender's Game.
Yeah, it's a fabulous series.
And so I'm annoyed because
Orson Scott
I like to do books. I like to do everything chronologically.
Oh.
So I looked online. It was like start with Ender's Game. So I did it. And I was like, what's the next one? And then I found out that there's like prequels.
Oh, bro, there's like 30 books in that series.
So then I went back to the prequels, and now I'm on Xenocide. I've already passed. I'm on my 5th Ender's series book now. Thank you,
you're
Jason.
moving up there.
It's a good book.
It's a great book. It's like up there with Starship Troopers.
Yeah. Corey, do you read any books?
Corey's confused.
What are you doing,
we brought
Margo?
up
You can
books.
just walk. I wish we had a camera. Here, let me get some footage of this, and we'll add it to the edit.
Can I get that one? Can I do that? I would love that one.
No. Go back to what you were, man.
She just wormed
She
back
was
there.
worming. Margo was worming so she wouldn't get on camera. To get a fanny pack? That's a lot of effort for a fanny pack.
I got mine right here.
Y'all going
Got some,
downstairs?
like, electrolyte powder?
VIP?
There's no
I want to know what kind of powder's in
Never mind.
Margot's.
Y'all leaving? Okay, bye.
Got
Later.
electrolyte powder and my wallet in my fanny pack.
You said you got white powder?
Electrolyte.
Oh.
How long
gonna
are they
say.
going to allow us to do this? I feel like we're.
This is pretty wild. We're at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium just
I know.
I don't even know.
like I feel like I'd never.
running some
Be-
branding
Well, just-
for somebody.
All I
They're
know
gonna-
is these chairs are super uncomfortable.
Oh, terrible.
Gotta get a selfie for the family
These
group
things are
chat.
like- these are like Hooters stools,
You
uncomfortable.
should also take a picture of the forward side
the wood forward side?
up there.
We should all just, this is riveting content, by the way. It won't be
Yeah.
edited out. We'll just keep it in there.
Yeah.
I get a
We'll
photo,
get
flippy.
Video.
There you go, Ryan. Get in there.
Your turn, Corey.
I hired somebody to do my content.
And they already did it.
Yeah, so I'm not on that poor people shit of
Yeah.
selfies and all that.
I pulled analytics because Paul was saying that you were salty at us. And I was looking at it, I was like, we're kicking ass, bro.
When did Paul say I was salty?
Last night.
I didn't say salty. I said.
Let's talk about content.
If we're going to talk about content, I said the time from which we shoot something till the time it hits on the internet.
Yes.
The pace.
I agree.
So we're in agreement.
Yeah.
It's not salty.
But also I was saying, like, I was looking at the stats. I was like, we're kicking ass.
The stats are fine. Long form video on YouTube
Is the only thing that matters.
I think
will get you paid.
I think the only negative thing I've heard Corey say was when he was saying, like, why did Ryan let me take that ball from a little girl at the baseball game the other night?
Oh, he
Let
did
me
do
or
that.
take
Yeah,
or tell
I
me
mean-
to.
There's no
It's
look.
like,
Hey, this would be great content. Steal the ball
Again,
from the little
from
girl
a child.
Corey, he's talking about that time you ripped away the baseball from a little girl
in
at
front of a full stadium.
professional.
I am so sad I
baseball
left
game.
early.
And the
in
only
front of
part I'm
everyone.
sad about is not flipping off the booers. Boo
I
you,
feel like you'd have
bitch.
got kicked out for that.
No, I don't. Maybe, but that would just been like, I don't know.
Like-
Taking a bow.
My favorite part, again, I've already
dude,
said
we
it.
could they could have drug you out there and be like, this ain't Applebee's. You can't take me out of here.
It's the same clientele though.
Probably, yeah.
Well,
I don't. Maybe not Applebee's clientele. We're like Chili's or something.
gotta
Is it-
fly.
I
A
know.
little bit, you know.
Is that up or below?
I would say up. Slightly.
So Chili's is above Applebee's. What's
Yeah.
above Chili's?
Cotton patch.
Well,
No,
I don't know about that.
no, that's a parallel.
Chili's is the ceiling.
Olive Garden. Where's that?
No,
Olive
Garden's
Garden's above
down.
that. You know, over Chili's?
Olive Garden's way down.
Oh, okay.
Olive
we
Garden
tried
is-
Olive Garden.
I know he was talking it up.
I think it
Top
was,
5 sit-down chain restaurants in Texas. Go.
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas
5
Roadhouse. 5 times. 5X. They just to get all set.
Salt
Because of the
Crash.
rolls.
No, it's not because of the rolls. It's because
They're
of the
below
name.
Texas Roadhouse.
It's
Well,
because
yeah, but they're up there.
it's because even in today's marketplace, right now, you can go to Chili's, you can go to Applebee's, you can go to any of those. All of their prices have gone up. You go to Texas Roadhouse, the prices have not gone up. I don't know if they bought 5 years worth of beef. I have no idea how they did
It's in
it.
the freezer.
They're trading futures.
No,
back in the
I
early
think they
2000s.
probably did buy such a large amount of beef at once because they cut their own. They're buying halves or quarters or whatever it is, and they're cutting it up themselves. There's something to it because their prices have not gone up. They don't have any white out on their menu. They don't have any taped over fucking prices on their menu. They haven't made a digital menu and fucking, you know, the 16-ounce ribeye is still $21.
Let's talk about being forced to tip when you're buying from a counter. I feel pressured to tipping.
Oh yeah, you're talking like counter service.
When I go to a counter, it's like suggested tip 20%, 25%, or other, and you're like, how did
mean-
it go from 20 to 25 to other, and I'm doing all the work?
What
But is
you
it-
need to think about is why do I think that way?
I don't
do you
know.
mean,
I
why
feel
do I
the
think
same way when I'm trying to buy dog food, and it's like, do you want to give an extra $1 to starving kids? And you're like, of course I want to feed starving kids, but why are you asking me here?
For dog food.
Yeah, I'm just picking up a bag of Valpo.
Why do y'all think like that?
What do you mean, why do I think like that?
I don't know. Like you see it and
So
you're
you-
like, why?
Do you do the round up?
I
or you
see
just
it and
do-
I'm like, thanks for the opportunity.
He's just a better person than all of us.
It's not a better person thing.
I'm looking at his face. I'm like, is he
I'm-
live? Is he just trolling
No,
us?
it-
or
like-
is he genuine?
No, like think about it like this. Yeah, of course I want to give $1 to the kids. What vehicle do you give $1 to the kids on?
I give $1 to a kid.
when you're buying dog food.
Right. Otherwise, you never give the $1 to the kids. So why don't you think thanks for the opportunity since you're already going to do it?
Because we're not as good as you.
No, I see it and I'm like, I don't fuck them kids. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna need that cut too. I just that 6 seconds right there.
Oh,
but I'm not like, why are they trying to Jew me out of dollars?
Those are, so
Can't say that.
He already
you
did.
definitely can't say that, bro. That's
What?
That's,
You can't say that.
So here's what I've learned today. While Ryan has done an empirical search of Sonics of Texas to look for teenage girls, there is a 75% chance you can walk into any Roadhouse Steakhouse in the state of Texas and find Corey Thompson at any time of day.
Not donating to kids.
That's what I. after he's donated $1.
While buying dog food.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen.
Or
and that-
getting table service.
Hold on.
Counter service food.
There are times whenever I'm buying, like if I go to a Walgreens or whatever, it's like, do you want to get round up to whatever to give to
round
whatever
up.
deal? I'm
Send
like,
a kid to camp.
no, I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Never.
No, I'm like, absolutely. I'm paying cash. I'm doing this. I don't want them quarters.
Well, yeah,
The
that's
one I do is Ronald
Right?
McDonald House. I always put the money in
Yeah.
there. I like the Ronald McDonald House.
But I'd never think, why are they trying to do this? I know why they're trying to do
Because
it.
they don't want to pay their own staff, and they'd rather want you to pay their staff.
Well, that's on the tip part.
I can't speak English.
That's on the tip
That's
part.
not proper
So-
grammar.
Earlier we talked about Sonic. Your Sonic car hop. Do you tip your Sonic car hop?
If I have cash.
Yeah, I do.
They make minimum wage, or they make whatever the
Well,
the
now,
working.
now you can do it on the screen. It used to not be on the screen. Now it's on the screen.
I understand, but they make whatever the local pay is. If it's $15 an hour, that's what they make.
But in that situation, yes, I would tip because they were doing something.
Is that what it comes to for you to tip? They have to be doing something.
Yes, if I'm going to your
The-
counter to buying something, and if I'm physically walking to
Yep.
buy, and I'm picking it up, I feel I still do because I feel I'm peer pressured into doing it.
Yeah.
But in the head, I'm like, this is stupid. Why am I tipping this
And
when?
because of those thoughts, that's what you'll get back out of the world.
Well, I mean that explains a lot.
I mean, it will, because whenever I'm up there and I'm like tipping, I know, no matter what they did to make that money, they're going to make $200 that day.
I mean, I do believe
if
that.
they do
yeah.
good that day, they're going to make $200.
I always tip well just because if I'm in a situation where I'm like I could tip better than that.
And my bottom bitch day cost me $300, so I don't even know how they do
what
it.
I'm saying is, I agree with tipping all the time. I'm talking about when I go to the counter, even though I still do it, in the back of my head, I'm like,
Never crosses my mind. What crosses my mind is
but all those other thoughts do cross your mind.
they probably
like Natalee Holloway.
They probably have a tip share in place, so you're probably not just tipping the person that's doing it, but you're tipping the person that's cooking the food. You're tipping the person that's going to clean the place. You're
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, if we're paying, if all the rates are going up and all the food prices are going up and we're
I
paying
understand.
more and all this, why isn't the company? This is for Sohill. Why isn't the company paying those employees more money?
They can pay them more money.
They should.
And I will pay them more on top of the more that the company pays.
Good.
Because I decided to walk my fat ass in there and take advantage of their service rather than cooking a grilled cheese at home. It's the same thing with bad service.
I could use a good grilled cheese right now.
Yeah, they're really
Like, what do you
nice.
do when you get bad service, Braxton? Do you not tip?
I still tip.
I don't like.
I just don't.
What's bad service?
Like, I go to Roadhouse. We probably should put this evil on Roadhouse because this would never happen.
Yeah.
But we'll do it anyways. I go to Roadhouse and it takes 2.5 hours to get my food. My order's wrong. It's not up to the standard. It doesn't taste good. I didn't have any tea in my cup the whole time I was there. It took me 30 minutes to get drinks. Just an overall terrible experience.
Mm-hmm.
You tipping or not?
A little bit, yeah.
I'm still tipping.
Yeah, I tip. I mean, you don't know if they're just having a bad day.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
they
still
could-
tip.
Like,
I
you
love
don't know
it.
if the person before you was just a jerk. Like, you gotta
I
try to help them.
I'm like, man, they got bigger problems
Yeah.
in life
I do believe that. Yeah.
than what I have right now. This $10 ain't going to change my life. Here you
Yeah.
go, people. Y'all,
Right.
I'm not going back. I will not return. I will not go back, but I will still tip.
I'm a fan of that. Like, yeah, your
I wouldn't
life
go back,
is probably worse than mine.
I wouldn't go back to that one where me and you had such an event at.
Which one?
The one where they were mad at me and you.
Who?
The bulldog incident.
Oh, poor Spoonie.
Jake Major and I, we had a good time. Like, it was a fine experience.
Yeah. Next time I'll find a different.
Emery,
person to sit
Jasper, and I had a fabulous time.
I had a good.
The parking was
meal.
good.
But
Food was good. Everything
I got
was
sick
good.
on the way home. I feel like they poisoned my food.
So let's summarize what we've discussed and what we've learned about each other on this prestigious occasion.
I learned you can't say Jew.
Well, you can say Jew, but not in the context of what you used it as.
When did you learn that during this, though?
Well, I
When
knew,
everybody's like,
I was like, what?
I mean, that happened at least 3 times during this thing.
but he only got one of them.
Oh,
No,
I'm
no,
sure
but
they
I
got
was
the
like,
others.
here's when I knew that word. Probably, I couldn't figure it out. I had to ask somebody. It was words with friends. I was like, why isn't this a word?
What?
What are you talking
The
about?
word Jew.
It is a word.
You can't play it on Words with
Well,
Friends.
because it's
my God.
it's a noun or something, or it's a people.
It doesn't matter. The
I thought
word
you're not allowed to do people, places, or things, or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
On Words with
Like
Friends.
Scrabble, that
I
kind of
thought
thing.
you couldn't do names.
That is a name.
That's what I said. People.
You can put
What does
Jewish.
an aneurysm feel like?
I thought it was a religion anyways. So I don't
It's a
explain it.
Yeah. I do want to hear Witherspoon's.
I thought it was a religion.
I do want to hear Spoonie's explanation.
The breakdown.
on this. Yeah, break it down. You're the smartest one here.
You got the floor.
that's not true. Oh, there's no way. I'm talking about
You
any
got
of
the
this.
floor, man.
Because I don't even want to be involved in this conversation.
But why? You literally can't tell me because there's cameras here what a word means. What does that say? Like I'm not sitting here like it's a religion. Is it not a religion? Jewish.
Yes.
Okay. So what
But the way you used it was like a derogatory statement. You
How?
used it as you were describing a characteristic using a religion
In a negative way.
in a negative, pejorative way.
that is a
I don't know
saying
what
I've
pejorative
heard a
means.
million times.
I
don't even think I
understand
know
that, but
when or what you
it's-
said, though.
Huh?
That's why I'm confused. I don't even know when you said this.
That's what I'm saying.
It was when me and Ron went.
It's when the cameras, when everyone's like,
The
whole
camera
stadium
shook.
went,
And
what?
like, what?
No,
That's
really.
when Jerry came down and said, "What the hell are you doing at my stadium?
This is
This is off-brand."
I really,
Definitely
but I am confused by that. I guess I'll take it into consideration. I will need to do more research, and Spoon will not explain to me why this is.
because you're using it as a
No, you need to go to
characteristic in a negative
rehab.
way. It's like easy.
Hitler invented
What was
that?
the first word? What was the first word? Ancient anti-Semitic trope used by Hitler
Well, I don't.
to describe.
Not just him. A lot of
Yeah,
people.
yeah. A lot of people to describe a full people,
I hear that word on the news.
and it's anti-Semitic.
Talking no.
No,
No, you don't. Not,
Anyway.
not in that way.
We should probably wrap up.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Cool.
I had no idea.
Let's exit out. Let's end this thing.
This is Jason Witherspoon, and I did not steal a ball from a child in front of 50,000 people this week.
Yep.
This is Braxton Harrison on the Different
Did not.
Generations. I also did not steal a baseball from a small child at a professional baseball game.
This is Ryan Harper. I thrice do not condone stealing baseballs from little children in front of 50,000 plus people at a professional baseball game.
My name's Corey Thompson. I did steal a baseball, and I think the child was probably Jewish.
Oh, Lord, dude.
All right, we'll end it there. Yeah.